Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we accepted the task of giving the student notebook to Milliam, but we haven't actually received it yet. We're still walking around on the campus, talking to everybody, and we've been awarded 2 medals. The Medal of Valor and the Medal of Compassion, and maybe if I see another instructor somewhere, I'm gonna be able to get even the other 2 medals. Who knows? Who knows? Use this. Mark my words, Milliam is yet to show her true colors, and I have every intention of exposing her true reasons for joining our class. I think maybe you're worrying about it too much. And perhaps you're not worrying enough. Our class is full of good souls. Our class is full of good souls, far too naive and accepting for their own good. At least one of us needs to look at others with a critical eye, and I happen to make a rather fine skeptic. Well, I suppose having several points of view to consider is a good thing. But at least try not to make her feel unwelcome, okay? Bah, fine. I have every intention of exposing her true reasons for joining our class. The only question is whether or not she'll make it an easy task. It's a bummer that Lambert and Whitcomb are on vacation. Horse riding's been getting more and more fun for me lately, so I wanted to get another lesson in. Ah well, I guess I just have to wait until he's back. If you so desired, I would be willing to spare the time to teach you. Thanks, but no thanks. You're the last person I'd want help from. I'm hoping to surpass you, since eventually it wouldn't be satisfying to beat an enemy who's helping you out, you know. That's weird. I remember in One Piece where, Zoro was taught by Falcon. Wait, that's his German. That's Mihawk. That's enough. I mean, there's no weird thing about that. Like, not at all. It's perfectly fine. It's actually pretty reasonable too. Oh well, if you're gonna be like that, just be like that. Ferris? Hey, I'll be challenging Elisa tomorrow. Yes, she may have outsprinted me, and indeed she scored better on the midterms, but all of that is in the past. The time is nigh to show her what the great Ferris Floril is capable of. I will be victorious tomorrow, no matter what. The time is nigh to show her what I, Ferris Floril, am truly capable of. Therasia has his parents told her to come right home for summer break. Apparently, they are none too pleased that she's hanging out with a commoner like me. Sounds like she got a real tongue lashing for it when they first found out, too. But even after that, she never stopped talking to me. You don't make friends as true as Therasia every day. Today's not even a practice day, but Ferris dragged me out here anyway. Hard to believe that this is the same girl who didn't want to bother to clean up not too long ago. Emily, let us leave the past in the past where it belongs. Look at that. Do. The auditorium doors are locked. Becky. Still have the summer festival food stalls on your mind? Nah, that's not it. I've been helping out my dad at Grand Market for years now, so food stalls are like one of the things I live for. So now I'm just like, I want to set up my own now. Nah. I completely forgot, but I actually love food stalls even more than I thought. I love working. What? First multiple jobs, now a food stall. Huh, you never can tell what she'll do next, can you? That's Becky for you, huh? Huh. Where's Miss Kitty Cat? Recommended reading corner. Ooh, Okay, the media, generational conflicts. I imagine that if asked for the most famous example of mass media in Erebonia, most people would respond with the name Imperial Chronicle. The Imperial Chronicle has been in publication for over 100 years and was originally read only by the wealthy and written to cater to the interests of the nobility. However, that stance has begun to show a remarkable change, the primary cause for this being the conflict between the two competing political factions, which has been the subject of much discussion in recent years. The reformist faction, represented by the current Chancellor, Osbourne, has had by far the most impact in the imperial capital, Heimdallr, where the Imperial Chronicle has its headquarters. As such, the paper has felt compelled to report on his reforms in a fairly positive light. However, as a large proportion of the paper's readership is located in the provinces, where the four great houses and the other nobles who they represent still hold the most influence, the Imperial Chronicle has been forced to cater to these people as well, leading to its political alignment being quite inconsistent. In fact, there appear to be occasions where editions of the paper published in Heimdallr are slightly different to those published in the provinces. In the midst of all this, Radio Trista, a station which broadcasts through Orbital Radio, has been able to gain significant popularity through its programs, which are not tied down by such obligations. Established by former Imperial Chronicle reporters and ex-Rainford Company technicians, the station has been aimed to increase its popularity by getting Orbital radios into the hands of pubs and beer halls across the country, and attracting listeners with music programs, news reporting, and live sports broadcasts. However, Trista radio station's rise in popularity has been a source of great displeasure to the Imperial Chronicle, and there have been reports that the paper blatantly attempting to put pressure on the station. One of these moves was to the establishment of a new radio station, Imperial Chronicle Radio, through which the Imperial Chronicle can compete directly with existing stations, Radio Trista Station and Rower Orbital Radio Station. Another step is the move toward introducing regulations against the monopolization of public orbital waves, although there are fears that this would eventually lead to the censorship of news broadcasts by the Imperial government. At the very least, the noble faction does not seem opposed to censorship in principle. In light of all this, it seems all but assured that competition and conflict between old and new kinds of media will become all the more fierce in the years to come. I can only pray that this competition leads to change for the better and not for the worse. M. Nielsen. Nielsen. Don't we know him? Wasn't that? I don't know Norton. No, Norton was the guy we escorted through that area. Through North Highlands. Recommended reading corner. Erebonian folklore. I've read all this. I can't believe that terrorists showed up in Heimdallr of all places. The capital isn't terribly far from here either. It sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? I can't imagine there's anything worth attacking here in Trista, though. Even so, it's disturbing to think how close the terrorists were. Well, there's pretty important nobles in this school, too. Instructor Tomas recommended that I read a few history books, and I'm not just going to ignore a teacher's advice. Believe it or not, I'm really enjoying them. It's interesting to read about all the struggles people used to go through. Instructor Tomas recommended that I read a few history books. Well, I like reading novels too, but those are like pretty much every novel I read is fictional, and I just can't take history books. So, yuck would be my first reaction there, and yuck would also be my second reaction. Bah, history. Bah. Do 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 do. That crow armburst really is a fool. I have no idea what Toe Angelica see in him, I really don't. That crow armburst really is a fool. I can't believe Crow has to repeat a year. I never saw that coming. But now that I think of it, I do remember a period of time where he skipped most of his classes last year, so... Can't believe Crow. I bet the noble students are kicking back, relaxing in their giant mansions with cold drinks in their hands right now. Meanwhile, us commoners are all slaving away in this heat. Ugh, the more I think about it, the madder I get. I bet the noble students are kicking back, relaxing, with cold drinks in their hands. If it wasn't for iced tea and other frosty beverages, I'd probably collapse on my way home. I don't know how everyone in the sports clubs can run around in this heat. I really don't. I ended up going back home during the summer break. It was great to see my mom and little siblings. They're all happy and healthy too. If I want to make life for them as easy as possible, it's about time I decide what I want to do with mine. The swimming club seems to have found its groove. I think it's time I do the same. If I can decide what I want to do with my life, it'll make things easier for my family. I guess all the second years are thinking about what they want to do after they graduate. What will I be doing this time next year? I feel like I'm the only person in the club without a clear-cut goal that they're out to achieve. What will I be doing this time next year? It's hard to believe there was a terrorist attack in Heimdallr. I won't forget the name Imperial Liberation Front anytime soon. Oh, not while my son is over there anyways. Bunch of trouble-making lowlifes. I hope they're arrested soon. It sounds like the capital was in chaos. Bunch of trouble-making lowlifes. I hope they're arrested soon. My son was over in $9, so that terrorist attack had me pretty shaken. Still, he's alright, so that's all that really matters. It's terrifying to think that something like that happened so close to the Imperial Palace. Was pretty shaken when I heard about it. You're telling me Crow's a first year now? I told him, man. I said, Crow, you need to put more effort in at school, or there will be consequences. But given how much time I spent looking at horse racing magazines with him, maybe I was sending him mixed messages. I hope it's not my fault that he ended up losing a year like that. Thor's gonna kill me if it is. Any good stuff? Stinger, Breaker Arm Plus? Interesting. Battlescopies? Sure dude, buy like 20. I never want to have to buy him again. I don't have this newspaper. Breaking news! Terrorist attack follow-up. A representative for the Imperial family has spoken regarding the aftermath of the terrorist attack which took place in Heimdallr recently. The spokesman confirmed that Princess Alphine, who was placed in greatest danger on that day, had sustained no serious injuries and was able to return to school as usual. Who are the Imperial Liberation Front? Oh, good lord. Ugh. The recent terrorist attack placed both Princess and Princess Alphine, both Princess and Princess Alphine in danger, and resulted in Imperial Governor Regnitz sustaining injuries. While it may seem that peace has returned to the streets of Heimdallr, the culprits behind these unspeakable acts, who call themselves the Imperial Liberation Front, have yet to be apprehended. The elite force responsible for their capture, the Railway Military Police, insists that they are doing everything in their power to find them. Thanks to those who helped, chaos might have reigned in Heimdallr on the day of the attack, but that did not stop a number of people from doing their part to bring the situation under control. Each of these courageous souls has received a letter of thanks from the Imperial government. Extra special thanks are due to one young student who took command to restore calm in Drygal's Plaza, and a group of civilians who succeeded in rescuing Princess Alphine from harm's way. These people have received particular appreciation for their deeds. International Trade Conference approaches. At the end of this month, the long-awaited West Zemuria Trade Conference will finally commence in Crossbell. Unsurprising, those involved are already hard at work for the conference, which will be based around international and economic matters and may potentially determine the future direction and development of Western Zemuria. When asked to comment, a government representative responded, "An international conference on a continental scale like this has never been attempted before. Naturally, we intend to fulfill our responsibility as a great nation. The representatives from the Erebonian Empire are expected to be Chancellor Osbourne and His Highness Prince Oliver." Culture Imperial Chronicle Radio is 1 year old. Do you enjoy listening to Orville Radio broadcasts? This reporter certainly does. For those who aren't familiar, Orville Radio allows you to enjoy audio programs anytime, anywhere. With Imperial Chronicle's affiliated radio station, Imperial Chronicle Radio, now 1 year old, this seems as good as a time as any to sell its benefits to the world, and a PR representative was happy to sum up exactly what makes Imperial Chronicle Radio so special. We may not have been the first radio station to be established, but this station is available in the widest area and conducts the most balanced and impartial broadcasts. Travel, Lake Abel. In today's travelogue, I will be visiting beautiful Lake Abel on the eastern side of the Empire. This stunning spot is an ideal destination for those looking to enjoy a tranquil vacation away from the stresses of daily life. Furthermore, the historic stronghold of TloH on the opposite shore, Lohengrin Castle, provides the perfect backdrop to a lakeshore stroll. The area is best reached by traveling south from Berehard along the Abel branch line. Wow, that sounds absolutely fantastic. I'd probably go on holiday there. That does sound like a fun time. Alright, I hope Keenan isn't out. Wait. Keenan? Kenneth. Jesus. Sorry, bud. Keenan is watching this too. Can't misplace my names though, just because it starts with a K. I heard that Crow got switched to Class 7. It makes you wonder. Wait, don't tell me. He did it for love? Ah, which of the boys could he be gunning for? So many possibilities. I don't even know where to begin with that. Crow must have changed classes to be closer to his beloved first years. My heart, I can't take it. Uh-huh. Nice, Kenneth. Ah, you're a black angler now. I'm impressed that you earned the same title as me in such a short time. Should have expected that from a fishing pro like you, though. I'm going to need to fish even harder, so you don't overtake me. I can't say it's a bad feeling to be so highly regarded. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but now I feel like I've gotten really hooked on fishing. Get it? Because you use hooks to fish up. I mean, you know, it's taken hold when you start with the fishing puns. You need to enjoy these things. And now that you're a black angler, I can trade you some even nicer stuff. Keep up the pace, Rean. I'm so proud of you. Ah, thanks. I won't let you down. Give me some stuff. Lake Lord Star. Nice. EP charge 3. Don't care much. Swordtail, carp, salmon. 100% accuracy on this and 15 strength. That is huge. I'm gonna buy one actually. It's quite nice. Flood. Hydro Cannon, Crystal Flood, Athelas. HP plus 800, EP plus 80, Arts plus 10. You are quite nice. Hi. Join the team. Tier all? Nah. It's possible that my father might have had a hand in Milliam joining our class, given that he's on the board of directors. I doubt he knows much more about the intelligence division's plans than we do, though. I think it's likely he helped facilitate her transfer to the academy at the very least. They seem like they know each other too. His close friendship with the Chancellor may have deeper implications than I thought. Be that as it may, the chess club's upcoming match is my primary focus right now. Stefan has become a far better player than when I first met him. I don't want his dedication and effort to go to waste, so I'm planning on going all out tomorrow. We're having our match with the upper class club tomorrow. This time our club is on the line. We can't afford to lose. Just one more match, Machias. We're winning tomorrow, no matter what. Whoa. Whoa. Yeesh. I stumbled across a note entitled The 7 Mysteries of Thors Military Academy while I was cleaning. It makes you wonder who could have left it here. It has a rather ominous air about it, doesn't it? Even stranger, its contents differ from the 7 mysteries I'm familiar with. How intriguing! Alright. You're looking for Fidelio? He's gone home for the summer. It's my job to take care of the club while he's away. Right, I think it's about time to head into town. I can't waste the opportunity to take some nice pics of some girls enjoying their summer break, right? Yeah, girls wearing short clothes do not be so sweaty. Because everything is warm. Yeah, I know. I know what he might be up to. Alright, before we talk to TloH, I'm gonna go, like, try out my new fishing rod. Because, yeah, stuff. Fishing. Important stuff. Gimme the opportunity, buddy. Crystal Flood might be, across the entirety of the map, from the sounds of it. This is gonna be nice. Change the rod to Lake Lord Star, an exceptionally sturdy rod that can withstand the mightiest catch, ideal for catching large fish. Let's do this. Huh. I don't remember what that fish is.
Now that's a catch.
Arowana. It's not a new one. Sepith Mass is 750 Mira for just one. Okay.
Huh.
Pretty nice. That was the largest it can get too, wasn't it? You're an Anocarp. I know you. You suck.
Caught one.
Huh. Gimme more, gimme more fish. Yes, you. Although, of course, there's better fish to catch than this arowana.
Now that's a catch.
Alright, we get... okay.
Huh.
I know you. I've caught you before, but only once. You're pretty rare.
What even is this?
Salamander, a big one. Clear gelatin. Eh.
Huh.
That's a normal carp. Oh, what was it?
Caught one.
Yeah. TR bomb. Wow. Cool stuff. Not. Alright, let's head to TloH and talk to her. Because that's what you do if you're a nice guy and, you know, do stuff. TloH! It's time for me to deliver your book. Well, TloH said she wanted me to come to the student council room.
The door's open. Come on in.
Sorry if I disturbed you.
Oh, Rean. Not at all. Sorry for making you come all the way out here.
Don't worry about it. It's class business anyway.
And even if you hadn't asked me, I would have come anyways.
That's quite the spread you've got on your desk there. Is it just me, or does your workload only ever seem to increase?
Well, I've got a little extra going on right now that's keeping me a little busier than normal. Anyway, this is Milliam's notebook. Crow's already got one, along with the added pages on the Arcus units you all have, so she's the last one who needs it.
All right. I'll be sure to pass this on to Milliam next time I see her. Actually, if you don't mind my asking, how much do you know about why she's here at the Academy?
All I know is that she came with a recommendation from the Army's Intelligence Division, really. You know those combat shells you fight in your practical exams? They're being used with the Emperor's authorization. Apparently, it's something similar for Milliam. They can't deny her admission if the Emperor's pushing it through.
This goes all the way up to His Majesty?
Seems like it. The Chancellor was the one who set up both the Intelligence Division and the Railway Military Police. But neither of those organizations could have been established without His Majesty's consent. That's what's unusual. Anyway, because of that, the Academy can't really turn down a direct referral with that kind of backing.
So that's how it is. But even accounting for that, I never would have expected Crow to be transferred into our Class 2.
Yeah, I was just as shocked as you when I found out. I knew he was a habitual class cutter, but I always figured he at least had enough credits to graduate. Oh, I feel like a failure as student council president for not noticing. Maybe even a failure as a friend.
Nah.
Whoa there! I think you're being a little hard on yourself. What about Angelica? Does she have enough credits to graduate?
Angie at least makes sure to attend the classes she needs for graduation. Apparently, Crow not only hadn't attended enough class units, he also didn't turn in some essential assignments. But as long as he's active and engaged with his Class 7 work over the next couple months, he'll be able to graduate.
Ah. Still, I get the distinct feeling this 1-2 punch of transfer students wasn't just a happy coincidence. Am I right?
Well, yeah. The principal thought placing Crow in Class 7 might be beneficial for the rest of you, too. His grades might be a sorry sight, but he really knows how to get things done when he wants to. Did you know he was responsible for all of the event planning at last year's Academy Festival?
Crow did that? Voluntarily?
It might be kind of awkward having a second-year student in your class, but I hope you guys will all get along. That goes for Milliam too, of course. She might have an unusual background, but at the end of the day, she's still a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So she really is 13 then?
Yeah, she scored really well on her entrance exam though, so I think she can handle the curriculum fine. She might be small, but she can roll up her sleeves with the best of them.
Now where have I heard of someone like that before?
Well. Oh, Mr. All-Important.
Oh, sorry. Looks like I've got a call coming in.
Go ahead and answer. I don't mind. I wouldn't want you to miss anything important.
All right. Excuse me then. Hello, Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Hello, Rean. It's your favorite instructor here. Are you still on the Academy grounds by any chance?
Of course.
As much as it pains me to say it, I am.
No need to sound so suspicious. It's just that after I gave Milliam all the things I had for her, she just took off somewhere.
Find her.
You know how she tends to be kind of a mischief maker, so could you find her and drag her back to the dorms for me?
All right. I can only imagine what would happen if she were to flash that silver thing of hers around on the Academy grounds again.
Yeah, I'd really rather avoid a repeat of yesterday. Anyway, I leave it in your capable hands, brave leader of Class 7. Mwah!
What?
Wait a second. When did I become the...
She really does trust you. Anyway, I'll let you go then.
TloH, you heard all that? I mean, okay, fine. If someone in a quiet room talks on their smartphone, I hear every word as well.
Are you still up for helping me with a few requests tomorrow?
Of course.
Of course. I'll be around. Still, I know you've got a full slate and all, but try not to overwork yourself. And if there's anything else I can do to make life a little easier for you, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. And thanks.
Thanks. Alright, I guess I'd better start looking for Milliam. But where do I even start? She could be almost anywhere. I should probably ask a couple of the others for help. I doubt I'll accomplish much just checking places at random. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten Crow's number yet either. I think 2 other classmates will be enough for this, though. Though I should remember to ask him when I get a chance. Okay. Who do I want to go with? I want support. Elite is fully equipped. Guys might not be, but I like this team. It's one of the most powerful teams I have, probably. Well, if I switched Elliot out for Emma, I'd have the most powerful 3-member team I could have at this point. Yep. And of course, if I switched Gaius' Quartz to Fee, I would make her the most powerful. But, you know, Gaius as is pretty damn good. I gotcha, that makes sense. It definitely doesn't seem very smart to just leave her to wander around on her own. I suppose a setting like this must be pretty novel to her. Perhaps she's walking around taking in the sights. Yeah, I think you're right. I doubt she left the academy grounds yet, though we should be able to find her. I'll just have to think. If I were new here, what would seem the most interesting? Then check all those places. Gotcha. Let's find her and bring her back to the dorm then. Old school us. Easy money. But for the moment, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye, and toodles!